Boys and girls, it's me, Miss Borges. Today, we're going to read a story. The title or the name of the story or the book is Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. That's the title of the book. It's written by Kimberly and James Dean. So they are the authors. They wrote the words. Before I read, let's sing our book song. These are my glasses. This is my book. I put on my glasses and open up my book. Now I read, and I look. I put down my glasses and close up my book. Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. Pete and the gang had a great day. They'd been at the beach, surf and sun, and tons of fun. There's all his friends playing in the water, surfing. But when the sun went down, they didn't want the fun to end. Pete had an idea. Hey, what about a sleepover? More time for tons of fun. Groovy. Pete's place, let's go. So they all jumped on that motorcycle and they're going to Pete's house for a sleepover. The party was far out, but they knew they couldn't stay up all night. The gang decided it was time to say good night. On went the pajamas, and out went the light. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. So there's Pete in his bed, and all of his friends are sleeping on the floor. Pete was just about to catch some Z's when clap, clap, clap. Who did that? Pete said. It was me, Grumpy Toad said. I don't want to go to bed. I want to clap instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. Time to sleep. They're all laying back in their sleeping bags. There's Pete in his bed. Pete tried again to catch some Z's. Rat-a-tat-tat. Rat-a-tat-tat. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, Gus, the platypus said. I don't want to go to bed. I want to jam instead. Rat-a-tat-tat, the sound of the drum. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Time to sleep. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. Pete closed his eyes to catch some Z's when he heard. What do you think he's going to hear now? A munch, 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 munch. Pete had a hunch. It was Alligator. He was always up for eating. What could Pete do? There's Alligator. What's he eating? Pizza, a late night snack. All the clapping, rat-a-tat-tatting, and munching was giving him the bedtime blues. Pete had a groovy idea. What's Pete gonna do? He has lots of good ideas, doesn't he? Let's find out what he does about this. He got out his favorite bedtime story and started to read. First to himself and then to the gang. Ooh, I like to read before I go to bed. It helps me go to sleep. Maybe you read books, or maybe a grown-up or big sister or brother reads you a bedtime book. So that was a good idea. Maybe his friends will listen to the bedtime story and get sleepy. Pete noticed it was finally quiet. Shh. No more clapping. No more rat-a-tat-tatting. And no more munching. They all settled down. No one made a sound. Shh. Pete yawned. Oh! And he turned off the light. Good night. Sleep tight. Time to catch some Z's. All his friends are sleeping on the floor. Tomorrow was another day for surfing sun and tons of fun. They're dreaming about their adventures at the beach, surfing and having fun together. Boys and girls, I like to read bedtime stories. So if you're having a hard time sleeping, maybe you can read a story before bed. Okay, boys and girls,